Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Marcia Vann's Art, and today I wanted to show you what I've been working on in the way of Valentine greeting cards and other various Valentine type designs for gifts. And I'd like to start by showing you what my inspiration was when I first started thinking about what I wanted to do. And I had these bags, these cute little Valentine bags, and I've really got to make use of these. And so I started thinking, well, what should I do? So anyway, I turned them into greeting bags that have a cup of tea with them. And this is, this particular one is glued on, but it doesn't have to be. And this is stamped, as you can see. This is stamped. I wanted to use my stamps a little bit more, and this happened to be a cute little cup of tea stamp. And then I had a heart embellishment, and which I added. First, I turned up the bag, so we made a pocket, like so. And in the pocket is where I put the Valentine greeting card here. So, and then inside, I thought, well, I'm going to have to, when I send this, they're going to have to know who it's from. So I added a card. This card is from the collection of the English Rose Garden After Midnight Designs. I have their kit, and I really have enjoyed it, and I thought I would use it in this. Roses were always something I would receive on Valentine's Day. It's been kind of a tradition in this house, and so I always think of roses with equating it with a Valentine's Day. So therefore I use this card, and there's a sentiment on the back for the recipient. And it fits nicely in there. I decorated it with some lace and a topper. And of course, there's a heart doily inside of this, which is glued down. And of course, the green tea bag, bowl. And it's all set to go in the mail. So that was what I started with. And so then from there, I had to make a gift for someone, and I thought, well, I wanted to do something that had to do with a heart, not thinking necessarily of Valentine's Day, but I decided to use fabric and put together different pieces of fabric and felt on the back, sew it on the sewing machine. And in this particular case, the gift was a card that was actually like a little journal, fold it like this, put the papers inside, decorated, and put a hole here, and had a chain with beads on it. And then here was a safety pin, or a pin, a decorative pin actually, with charms hanging off of it. And I sent it off in the mail. So it was really cute. I really liked it. And I thought, well, I was having a lot of fun making these. And I thought, well, I'm going to make another one. So then I made this one, another cute one with the little rosebud. And this little girl I wanted to send a Valentine to, who I think of little children as rosebuds. And so I designed for her this card. And I had taken this heart that I'd put together, and actually put it on my copy machine and copied it. Then I transposed it onto over the top of a doily and made her a card. And inside this says Valentine's Day, Rosebud, Happy Valentine's Day. And on the back is embossed hearts and my little stamp saying it's handmade by me. So that will be going off to a sweet little girl. So that was the rosebud design that helped me to make that card. And then I also did a small one and used this strip from the fabric that I was using, which had the date of the 14th, which of course, as we all know, is Valentine's Day. So I used that in making some other, I put that on a doily like so. So far I haven't done anything with this, but it looks cute just the way it is, and I'll think of something. But then on from there, I went to make another card, and I ended up making this. And it's, again, photocopied, and I added some embellishments on it. This is fabric here, lace, of course. Then you open it up. I have it tied here because I would like it to be tied, and the recipient would have to open it. With butterflies, always have to add some butterflies. And inside is a pretty card, again, from the English Garden. Happy Valentine's Day stamping. And on the back, I continued stamping with this sweet flower stamp. Another beautiful heart design. And then a heart fabric heart. So when they receive this, it will stand up in this fashion. I know it's hard to see because it's upside down for you, or not in the right shape form for you to see it, but anyway, that was my thought process with that. So from there, I made this one, and a little bit different, added some embellishments on the side. I stenciled the inside of this one for background. Used this Love's Greeting, again from the English Garden. And on the back, I did the very similar, same thing. Stamping, and again, it will stand up and be displayed because all sides are pretty. It's not, the backing is just, the back is just as pretty. The back is just as pretty as the front. So that was my inspiration for my hearts that I made inspired me to make these cards. So from there, then I just was fooling around a little bit with some other bags that my niece had sent me. And these little brown bags, they're so cute. And so I thought, well, that would be a cute little thing to insert in a card that you're giving with a cup of tea in it. So that's another idea. Then these are a different type of bag, just as cute, but without hearts. They just pretty lace bags. Made a pocket again, added some trim, and stenciled the, now this one, as you see, is not attached, and this one is attached here with a pin thing. So easy for them to remove and use the bag for something else if so desired. Inside is a card, a pretty postcard type, again from the English Garden, where I will write a sentiment on the back to the person I send it to. And then this one is another same idea, made a little differently. This one I used with the, can't think right now what the name of those things are, but anyway, those little stud things. And put in some hibiscus tea and this postcard, which I put lace on the bottom here and then backed and put another card in it, and done it and put some pretty coordinating paper on the back. And so I will write a sentiment on the back of that one for whoever I send this to. So that's the bags. Today, what I'd like to demo for you is how I made this one card. So we'll have to move these things out of the way. Oh, that was loud. And these are some pink ones that I had stenciled with a red, just for a little variety of color. And some hearts. I have a little plate here of some of the things that I need. So this, all you do is make a hole. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. I did make it sort of tilted. I didn't want it square on. I thought this made it a little more interesting. And if you just put the brad, that's what I was looking for, through there, you can leave this open, and you actually could have a sentiment in there, and that could be your card, which is another good idea. So simple, but kind of cute. And I think for today, I'm going to show you how to do this card. Very nice process, not too difficult, kind of fun. So let's start with a stencil. So I picked a pretty open kind of a weave stencil. And very lightly, I will do a pale pink, because we don't want it to be in your face kind of stenciling, just kind of a gentle background piece. So it's not just plain white. So let's do that. And I'll go kind of lightly up and down, so not too heavy, with this cute little finger sponge. I find them very handy. One of the ladies that I enjoy watching on YouTube, G. Kerr, uses these all the time, and she's such a talented, nice woman who is always giving us great ideas. So thanks, G. Always enjoy watching you. I'm kind of going up and down like that because it is an open weave, and I just don't want to get too heavy with the color, and this will help me to not get too heavy. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. So let's move this over. Is everybody working on their Valentine's cards this year? Or gifts? It's one of my favorite little card gift giving times. We get to express our love for people, and it's such a happy, sweet event. No pun intended. So there, that's light enough. And so from there, what shall we do next? Shall we? Well, let's do this. We'll stamp the back. This is a stamp that I've had for a little while. Close that one up and open the next one up. I'm using Tim Holtz Distress Oxides. And let's see here. Get the right side up. There's a little something on that, but that's okay. We're going to cover that up probably with a heart anyway. So we'll put that there. And I want to leave some space here for the lace. And then next we'll put the bigger heart, which is this stamp here. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Hoping this will stamp well. Sometimes they don't do what you want them to do. There we go, worked out. So then, from there, I'm going to make a fabric heart. Cover just a white heavy paper with fabric. Very simple. I'm just going to use a little bit of a glue stick. Put a fair amount of glue on there. Put our fabric on top. Press it down. And you can cut it out right away. Let me know in the comments, if you would, what you've been working on for Valentine's Day or how you celebrate. It's always fun to find out what other people do. I always enjoy sending things to my grandchildren. I kind of try to surprise them with a new creation every year. So hopefully they'll enjoy this one too. One of the things I didn't do was put my glasses on. So let's see here. There we go. So then I'll just put glue on the back of this also and stick it down. You can use other heavier duty glues if you want to, but I found that this was working pretty well. So I think I'll just stick with that. So we'll just add another little heart over the heart. It just adds a little texture with the fabric, and it kind of coordinates with the fact that the fabric's in here. This is quite a process to try and get this all put on, get it lined up where you wanted it to be on the printer. So anyway, it's not difficult, it's just time consuming. So now we need a little piece of lace. What did I do with that lace? Here it is, down below. While I'm at it, I'm going to grab my glasses. So helps to see what you're doing. And we'll cover that line that was there. I think that happened on the printer. Up with the lace. The nice thing is always a way to try and fix things. I will use Fabri-Tac for this glue. Fabri-Tac by Beacon. It's 100 proof, as they say, for gluing things down. You don't need a lot, and sometimes out of the big bottle it's hard to gauge how much you're getting, but you can always wipe it off with a towel rag if you get too much. It's an easy fix. So it'll dry in a short amount of time. But you wouldn't want to set anything on top of it right away until it does dry, because it'll stick to it if you do. Okay, one of the things we also need to do before we do the inside, so we need to, well, I can ink afterwards, I guess, but I was going to say we need to ink around this too to give it a little bit of depth. So then in here, I want to do what I did on this one, and that is use Love's Greeting, which again was from the same kit, After Midnight Design Company. And with these greetings here, so sweet. And then a pink heart on top. And then a little piece of this lace here that has a heart on it that I'll have to cut out and place on top of the pink heart. Just adds another little dimension. Can't have enough hearts, especially on Valentine's Day. So I'll place that right on this pink heart here. Sorry if I was out of film there. Off the camera, I brought it a little bit close to my body, I guess. So I'll just put a little dot here of this. Well, that was supposed to be a little dot. Turned out to be a bit of a big dot, but we'll stick it on there. And we can glue this with our dry glue stick here, which I'll have to put on my lap to do, I guess, because I ran out of space. I'm in a new setting here, and the desk is pretty small, so I'm kind of limited as to the space that I have. You bear with me here. We'll get it done. So let's place this first. A little bit below center. Place it a little below center because the heart will go a little bit above, and then that'll be more balanced. So before I put the heart down, though, I need to distress around it. I'm using the pink. It is Tattered Rose by Tim Holtz, Ranger inks. Kind of subtle. And it'll go right there. So we'll glue that down. Actually, this one's a little darker, and I like that. It looks a little better. So maybe, I think maybe I either did it twice or I used a different sponge that had a little bit of more of a color on it. But see if I can darken this here. Just gives a little bit more dimension again. So there we go. So again, I'll use this glue stick. I don't generally use the one that's colored. I don't know, I just like the clear ones better, but I ran out, so let's add this heart. Get the glue off my hands. Put this top back on this. So that looks really nice with the background. I think it gives it some dimension, and it's not just plain white. Okay, next we're going to have to do the Happy Valentine's Day stamping. So let's get that out. I have a bit more space to my left, but I don't work very well on my left for some reason. I'm so very right-handed that I just don't do that well with it. So anyhow, excuse my head if it's in the way. And there we go. Well, the Y smudged a little bit. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but that's too bad. You can fix that, though. You could always put a little flower there or something to cover it up. We won't worry about it. This is just a sample piece. But obviously, had too much Distress Oxide on that one little part. So anyway, all right, so then I did add lace to the front of the card. I just want to tap this off because I don't want to close this and have it smudge. So, lace, which one do I want? Let's try this one. Excuse my reach. Again, got to find the right side. So we're going to go with this one. And I will have to use the Fabrifix. Actually, this one's Fabri-Tac. There's Fabrifix and Fabri-Tac, and I really think they're the same thing, to tell you the truth. They seem to both work the same way, for me anyway. So let's just put that on there. Tap it a little bit. I also put a little bit on each corner. I just thought it dress it up a little. So we'll cut those at the same, well, sort of at the same time. Because they go on an angle. And then you can trim them after. Because I'm cutting them a little bit bigger than they need to be, but you can trim them after you put them down. So turn that in. Again, looking for the right side here. All right, I'm going to put the glue on the paper in this instance rather than the lace, and I can place it properly better. There we go. Make like a little triangle. So what's everybody been up to? Enjoying. If you're up north, I'm sure you're pretty cold. Right now I happen to be south, so it's really nice here. Okay, then you just trim this after. Simple, simple. Now, of course, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You can always create your own. It's so many different ways you can decorate these cards, and this is just one way. Close that glue up. Okay, we're pretty much done with that. The only thing we have left to do is put some butter or some butterflies on here. So let's get my little tray in here. Sticking to my fingers. I should have a red one in here somewhere. There we go. When you're creating art, or in this case card making, you kind of want to think in terms of odd numbers. 3 is always a good number, 3 and 5, when you're designing, and that's the main reason I'm putting down 3 butterflies. But they also just happen to be the right amount for this space. So that's good. And it's a little punch out I have, this butterfly, and I use it a lot. Everybody loves butterflies. At least most people. I'm fortunate enough I have butterfly plants in the summertime, and the butterflies are just always surrounding them. They just seem to love it. So it makes it fun. Okay, so I talked about going around and distressing this. So let's do that next. Again, it just gives it a little dimension, a little fun. Do you use these little finger dabbers? They're really clever, I tell you. I really like them. They're really nice little item to have. Now, there's different ways you can decorate the heart inside here. And I also do the inside. I do the whole card, go around the whole card, because it looks naked if you do one part and you don't do the other. So, a little time consuming, but finishes up the look. Really doesn't take that much time. But. And then I usually fold this back and get the folded edges too. So what, maybe once you have all your supplies together and you know what you're doing, probably takes about 20 minutes to make this card, I would say. Something like that, depending on how ornate you want to get. Now, as I said, I like the idea of being able to see all 3 sides. So when, I think it might help to burnish these seams, make them stay flatter. So it'll do what I want it to do, like there. That's my idea. Just have it so you can see the butterflies all around. You can see something pretty. And actually, I've done this before. You can put a very narrow, I mean, it'd have to be really narrow, vase in here with a flower sticking up, and that would be really pretty. I did that once as a design element in an event that I was decorating for. So anyway, that's just a thought. And now you could decorate this any way you want to. You could put, like I did here with the bow on. You could use the little trims like this, another little piece of fabric, more lace, gems, pearls, anything in that vein, and it would be really cute. So there we are, 3 sides, and then the message to write to the recipient will be enclosed. So let me know what you think. I thought it was kind of a cute idea and something a little different. And then when you mail it, it'll just be flat and that'll fold over like so. If you wanted to, you could add some ribbon around the whole thing and tie it up. Look at this with a nice big bow. Wouldn't that be sweet? You can, or you could even use, I have this heart ribbon. You could use that by tying it up. Just all kinds of different ideas. If you have the items to make it pretty, use them. It'll be to your benefit. You'll enjoy it. So I guess that's all I have to show you today. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with these heart fabric hearts that I made. I may make them into books. I thought that might be cool to make a book with this papers in it for a little journal. Like, I may also do some embroidery on them. That would be neat. But for now, they were my inspiration for these cards. And I hope that you find something in your home that you can be inspired by, or see something that someone does that inspires you and create your own lovely Valentine's Day cards. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to try and be on weekly. It's been a little difficult since I'm in this new location, but I'm hoping that I will be able to do that. And I have several journals I need to show you what I've been doing, and so maybe that's what we'll do next. Anyway, thanks, and have a great day, and have a sweet Valentine's Day. Thanks again. Bye for now.